What is going on, guys? MJ2005 Gundam here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the P-Bandai high-grade Ghost Jegan M and Ghost Jegan F from Gundam Build Fighters Amazing Ready. Built by the Renato Brothers to fight in the 8th World Tournament, they excel in various tactical combat, further enhanced by their onboard systems. Seeing as these two kits are nigh on identical, I'm gonna cover them in tandem. That being said, each of the Jegans come with 8 runners and their own unique sticker sheets. However, despite being build variants, only one runner of each is for making up the new parts, since only the chest plate of the M, shoulders of the F, and head and backpack attachments of both are different. The rest are either reused from the standard or ECOAS type Jegans. Naturally, that results in builds that are basically identical to the standard Jegan variants and each other, as there aren't any internal upgrades to consider like the Jegan Blast Master. On top of that, the gate placement is rather dated. Coupled with the darker colors used on both kits, as well as the circular ABS joints on the bends, the cleanup process is going to take a lot of time and finesse. However, if it's any consolation, that means the general build is simple and easily manageable by anyone in the hobby. Firstly, there's the Ghost Jegan M, meaning meticulous and serves as the duo's static tactician. Featuring bulkier chest armor, a set of static sensors, and a green color scheme for mountain and field siege operations, which are all accurately represented in the model kit. Stickers are only used on the head and visor sensors as well as the crotch detail, which all look fine with some minor sculpting. Areas to be painted are the corners of the front skirting, tops of the thighs, and the ab section. But if you want to base yours off of the Hobby Imagine Builders publication, the shoulder vents would need painting too. Apart from that, seam lines are quite obvious on the shoulders, thighs, and calves, and surface details may be sparser than one might like because it was based on a grunt. Otherwise, the Ghost Jegan M looks satisfactory. Then, there's the Ghost Jegan F, meaning fearless and specializes in dynamic tactics. Equipped with active sensors and an aerial on the head, as well as thicker shoulder armor and painted in a dark grey color scheme for nighttime and space operations, the Ghost Jegan F is also very well reproduced in Gunpla form. As with the M, stickers are only used on the visor and head sensors as well as the crotch detail, which all look relatively passable, while the areas that need painting are also on the abs, corners of the front skirts, and the tops of the thighs. Apart from the similar seam lines and sparse surface details, the Ghost Jegan F looks great and is my preference of the two. The articulation for both units are almost identical, so I'm gonna use the M for demonstration. From there, the head is on a hinged ball-jointed neck, but besides its tightness, the range is fairly flexible. The shoulders are on an omnidirectional swivel, as well as a peg rotation, while the independent shoulder armor allows the arms to move out. There's a bicep swivel, single-jointed elbows, and ball-jointed wrists. The ball-jointed abs can crunch minutely, as well as rotate. The side skirts can move, while the legs can swivel front to back, pull off full front splits, and acceptable sideward kicks. The hips can rotate thanks to the ball joint, there's a double-jointed knee, and hinged ball-jointed feet. Finally, the backpack holsters can move. Articulation is honestly reasonable for the Ghost Jegans. They're not gymnastic per se, but absolutely sufficient coupled with the rock-solid structures. The only difference between the two is that the F's arm raise is restricted by the shoulder armor. Other than that, there's no further variation. In terms of accessories, both Jegans only come with a set of holding hands and a right trigger finger hand, the last of which is useful for holding the standard beam rifle or the ECOAS's bazooka, which both kits have their own copies of. The rifle has nothing special about it, but the bazooka has moving main and foregrips for adjustment. Next up is the shield with integrated missiles, and it simply plugs onto the forearm and can be positioned beside or behind the arm, while rotating for adjustments. Apart from that, it's a relatively standard shield. The only new weapons are the heat knives. Each kit comes with their own pair stored on the backpacks. They need to be painted in grey, but otherwise can slide into the hands for solid use. Funnily enough, the instructions and line art are discrepant from each other for how the knives should be stored. Each kit also comes with the beam sabers stored in the right skirt, but no effect parts are included to wield them. Similarly, the grenade racks can be opened up, but it's mostly just for show. Sadly, neither of them came with a dropped version of the visor, nor a red alternative to activate the exam system. But they do come with a section of the E-runner for storing a hand, which I have no idea what for since it is not linked to an action base. Lastly, the Ghost Jegan M comes with a peculiar adapter. This is for making the K9 dog pack compatible with it, and by extension, other Jegan type high grades. While a gimmicky feature at first, there is a third Ghost Jegan variant that can take advantage of exactly that. For that, you'll need the head, chest, waist, left arm, leg, and skirt, and the right knife holster of the M, the cheeks, shoulders, right arm, leg and skirt, and left knife holster of the F, and both of their shields. This results in the Ghost Jegan Maximum, a repaired form of the Ghost Jegans that house both the Nitro system of the M and Exam system of the F. And truth be told, I really like this form, as this undoubtedly enhances the Ghost Jegan's shelf presence. Moreover, the Gym Sniper K9's weapons are compatible with the Ghost Jegan hands, so we can use the sniper rifle and pistol without much trouble. And apart from the knives being a little bit loose due to not being stored as intended, you'll regrettably need some mods to mount the side skirts onto the thighs, and some external joints like those from the binder gun or Baldwin arms to mount the shields onto the shoulder hardpoints. But if you want to commit to displaying this form over the Vanilla 2, it's absolutely a mod worth doing. Though speaking of the mounted shields, the Ghost Jegan F is missing that very feature, which can be fixed by using the aforementioned joints. But besides the missing K9 dog pack as it was used by the F exclusively, it also uses the Jesta Cannon's beam rifle and one of the K9 pistols, which are not included in the kit. Unfortunately, you'll have to go through more lengths than I would have liked in order to deck out the loadout of the Ghost Jegan F itself. For leftovers, both units have the head, chest slab, and backpack thrusters of the original Jegan, the waist unit of the Start Jegan, and the visors and cheeks of the ECOAS Jegan. And while the M has the original chestplate left over, that is swapped out for one less cheek piece and the shoulders for the F. While no, you don't have everything to revert either of them back to the original Jegan, there are enough parts to build a green or dark grey ECOAS Jegan should you choose. Back in the late 2010s when I first knew about these kits, I was sort of interested in the Ghost Jegans because of how elusive they were and the prices they were sold for. Granted, I knew nothing about grunt units at the time, but I often wondered what's special about them since there weren't enough reviews and context to get a full picture. Fast forward to today and there are really just reskins of the ECOAS Jegan that weren't worth shelling out for, and that is in past tense thanks to the one wave of reissues. Even still, they do not feature any original features besides the knives, unlike the Gem Sniper K9. Besides, you need to go to pretty extensive lengths in order to draw out their latent potential, more so the F than the M, if not the maximum. As they are, they're pretty bland, but there's nothing to fault them for beyond that. They're approachable kits with a solid structure and feature set, with acceptable aesthetics that are up to you to decide to perfect. If you do like the looks of each of the Ghost Jegans or the Maximum, or want to expand the Renato Brothers collection, these are good enough to serve that purpose. Otherwise, just get any other Jegan as you're not missing out on much. And that's all for me. Thank you for watching, drop a like and comment if you did enjoy the video, subscribe for more content like this, and feel free to follow me on social media with the links down below. That said, take it easy, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out guys, bye bye.